All right, guys, I know that trying to figure out everything, making sure I look good because holy shit! Things are kind of nuts, huh? Yeah, I look good. Trying to fix this. All right, we're good. I think we're good. All right, because this story is developing fast, man. It's funny. Where's the credible news? None of it really exists. So you kind of just roll with the punches. But what the fuck? All right. So where do I start here? Because I just did a video on this. It's funny looking at look at the CNN headline. They don't. If this was anybody else, guys, if this was anybody else, that they're not leading with that. Even if it was a BB gun, they'd be calling it an attempted assassination. If it was anybody else, but this is on the home page. Look at this, guys. This is on a home page. This is on the homepage of CNN right now. Trump injured in incident at Pennsylvania. They can't. They don't even want to call it for what it is. Again, to just say that, all right, someone tried to take him out. That's what side he's on. Obviously, we'll get all that information. Whoever did it, I believe there's reports that someone's already dead. And in that, if it was the guy that shot him, I don't know. This story is ever developing, but because it's someone else, look at this headline. I'm not even joking. I refresh it. This is CNN.com. Not even joking. Man, R.I.P. Richard Simmons. You picked the wrong time to die, huh? Look what it says. Trump injured in incident at Penn. This is on CNN. That's the way they're wording it. That's the way they're worded. Yeah, report saying shooters down. Yes, shooters down. And yes, Alex, Richard Simmons is dead. It's crazy. It got reported like right during the same time that this whole deal happened. So yeah, all around wild ass story. I could play the video real quick for you guys that have not seen it, because this is developing. Usually, definitely in this day and age, with me not streaming as much, I would not go live on my own channel. Well, usually what I would do is save this conversation for Blaze. Maybe appearing on Sarah Gonzalez show or whoever's show, and I usually speak on this. But it's Saturday, and this is a wild story. Wild story. So I figured, you know what? We're going to do it live. So let me pull this up because I did end up bookmarking it, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe if I didn't, that's my own damn fault. Because it's a wild, weird instance. So here it is here as we take a look. Bam. Let's look at this.
That chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
So weird instance. He knew he got nicked, right? And he's like, what the fuck? And so, it took him a little bit, get down. Secret Service comes in, they're like, get down, Mr. President, like it's out of a movie.
That chart's a couple of months old.
Crazy.
If you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
Like that's wild, bro. All around just crazy, man. That is now look, there's gonna be conversations being had. What was he shot with? I have no idea. Could he have been shot with something that maybe was not meant to do as much damage potentially? Or God said, my brother, it's not your time. it's not your time. Potentially that's what happened because it did just nick him on the ear and he's bleeding out of it. Either way, someone tried to take the dude out. Whatever it was. I don't give a fuck because I can tell you right now, just considering that they only nicked his ear. They're gonna, don't be surprised if you do find out that, again, whatever caliber of the weapon, was not as, brutal, right? Whatever it could have been. Either way, it did some damage on his ear. So if he got like shot in the face or something like that, perhaps it does even more. Or he just lucked out. Like it just grazed him. Like and by lucked out, I'm meaning God said it's not your time, bro. God said it's not your time. So I'm stepping in on this one. Nonetheless, crazy ass story. Like that is nuts, bro. Like just to try to, we're in this social media age where it's like something like this happens. I go live. I'm about to have my biggest fucking stream of the year, hands down. Because this is, you don't hear about stuff like this happening, and we're entering in this new age, man. Like, hey, a guy fires up a stream, and now we get to talk about it. Fucking crazy. So was he or was he not? He was hit. He was for sure hit. He's bleeding out of his ear. He got hit with something. It's just a matter of what. Like, obviously, we don't know. And because it just grazed his ear, again, don't be surprised if it's like, some guy tried to, hit him with a BB gun or some shit. Could have happened. Still a fucking attempted assassination. Or, like I said, the other thing is he just got lucky. And by lucky, I mean he got blessed. God said, we're not doing this today. I'm stepping in on a situation, and it's not your time. And, when he turned his head or whatever, maybe that was all it took. And it got him on the ear, and that was it. Whatever it was, it's a wild-ass story. And by the way, this is not real beer I'm drinking. I just want people to understand this is ginger beer, no alcohol. Wild story, bros. All around fucking crazy. Now, look. Let's talk about the elephant in the room here. I'm led to believe, I'm not led to actually believe it. They tried to attempt to lead me to believe. And everybody out there that, that's why they jumped so much on the January 6th thing, which is such a nothing burger, that generally the violence in this country, especially among the political kind, is only aimed at one side. And that side is leftist. Now, the difference between now and years prior is that they have been able to completely control the conversation. They can't really do that anymore. Don't get me wrong. All of the established channels, the establishment forms of news are still the way that they are. But I think people, even normies, they don't trust them as much. And like I said, there are far more reputable people out there reporting on the news. So it's a lot more difficult for them to just control the conversation, because anybody that's been paying attention knows that, generally speaking, hell, if you just consider the last 10 years, when there is to be violence in the political sense, it's not coming from some fucking Klansman from the South. It's not aimed at some, revolutionary leftist. Doesn't happen unless it's other leftists attacking that person. Doesn't happen. Generally speaking, and it's been like this, especially aimed at the politicians in America, I think people forget, and I mentioned this in my last video. Have people just forgot about what happened to Rand Paul? Guy fucking with him in his own yard. Did you forget about that baseball game? And then you got an incident, which is why, if you wonder why the January 6th thing, even though it was a massive nothing burger, if you want to know why they clung to that for so long, it's because they thought that they could use it in a way that perpetuates this narrative that, well, it's not it's the quote unquote right in this country that are violent and are willing to inflict some sort of political violence. That's why they clung to that so long, even though it was a nothing burger. And by nothing burger, I mean basically everything that they said, specifically with the people that lost their lives surrounding that event, was a lie. There was one person that got actually aired out that day, and it was the Capitol Police airing out one of the people in the bitch. Because Brian Sicknick was full of shit. That was a lie. They said, remember how early they ran with that story? And by the way, nobody went under for these lies, right? They ran with the story that Brian Sicknick was beat in the head, over the head, or to death with a what was it? A fire extinguisher? Turned out that was not true. That was a lie. It was a lie. Like, I'm not making this up here. That was bullshit. And all the news ran with it. Doesn't stop them. That's the reason they ran with it, was because it was an opportunity, bro. Damn be the facts. It was an opportunity. But hell, we don't even have to go back to that. I mean, you just look at what was going down during the summer of love after the George Floyd situation. Leftists all around the country were willing to fuck up people's property and kill. Let's be completely honest, because there were deaths. Granted, it was conflicts that were happening among some of the rioters. And I bring all of this up to just say that a lot of the mass violence that is often perpetuated in this country is facilitated by the authoritarian left, the social justice left. But I repeat myself when I say that. And it's been remarkable how they've been able to run with these narratives, because for a while there, right, you could talk to normies and it was like they live in another dimension. Oh, no. They think that they're more likely to die, definitely if you live in the South. I don't know, some alt-right Klansman in a hood hiding in the fucking bushes or some shit, right? And I'm sitting here like, do y'all not got eyes? Have y'all not lived? Generally speaking, it's probably going to be a leftist that's going to take you out. I'm just being honest. Especially if it's going to be politically motivated. The reality is, it's probably going to be either someone that's protected by leftists or leftists themselves that are going to take your ass out. A degenerate nonetheless. Absolutely crazy story, guys. I know this thing is developing. We're trying to figure out what the fuck's going on. But like I said, what an insane. I mean, look, again, we're talking about the mainstream just now and how just much hacks that they are. And the fact that this is on the homepage right here is nuts to me. Absolutely bonkers. That's all they could muster up. Just imagine if this was on Biden. Imagine if it was on President, everybody's favorite half-black president, Barack Obama. You think they running with the headline? Barack Obama injured at rally. Pfft. Of course not. They're going to use as many inflammatory, dramatic terms. I mean, they called fucking January 6th an insurrection. They call people kicking their feet up on Nancy Pelosi's desk an insurrection. What do you think they would have called this if this happens to Biden or Kamala Harris Khan or Deporter-in-chief Barack Obama. That shit's going to say all the inflammatory words are going to be in the headline. It's going to say something like right-wingers attempt to kill Democrats. Like, it's going to see something very inflammatory. This was all CNN could muster up here. And that is that Trump injured in incident at Pennsylvania rally. What are the reporters saying? The shooter at the rally has been neutralized. I've seen some of the super chats. I'm going to get to those in a minute, man. It's just crazy right now. Shooter neutralized at Trump rally. We know that much. I have seen some reports that someone else, unfortunately, an attendee was killed, but I have not seen that be confirmed. So they even know it was a shooter. And they still can't change the headline. I'm refreshing it, guys. I'm just trying to see if CNN has any fucking integrity here. And I refreshed it and it didn't change. Now that they know it was a shooter, right? Even then, the headline still, it's not Trump shot at. None of that. It's Trump injured in incident at Pennsylvania rally. That was all they could muster up. That's all they could muster. Trump injured. Loud bangs for, I don't know, just loud bangs. It's only a minute ago. Loud bangs. They acted like, I don't know, someone was clinging fucking pots and pans or some shit. Loud bangs. I'm on CNN.com, chat. That's what it says. Loud bangs. That's the best they can muster up. They do not want to cover this. Blood could be seen on his ear and face after loud bangs. Like, put two and two together, bro. The fuck? That's all they got. Because it's paining them right now because they know it's over. Your narrative's dead. And like I said, I'm saying this on the outside looking in. Guys know. And people are giving me shit because you guys know I'm not no fucking Trump supporter. I'm just going to tell it to you like it is. It's over. The margin is going to be so wide that they can't possibly lie, cheat, and steal. This sealed the deal. What Pac say? Who shot me, but you niggas didn't finish. Now you about to feel the wrath of a menace. That's what he said. I'm gonna hit him up. So it's done, son. It's done. It's a crazy ass story nonetheless. Bleeding, and you guys saw, I covered this on the video. He's got his fist pumped. He's like, I think he's saying fight as he's bleeding from his fucking ear. Well, first of all, why is there... Look, I don't want to have this conversation, but how do y'all feel about female Secret Service? I don't know. I'm just saying it's not, that wouldn't be on my list of folks when the shit hits the fan. Just saying. Not saying she did or didn't do a job. I'm just saying. That was one of the first things I noticed. I was like, is that a chick? Someone said in the chat, it looks like she's the one taking cover. Seeing some of these pictures, blood scene. This is a wild ass story, bro. Oh yeah, this is wild. Still, even going to the ride, man, he still got his fist in the air. It's fucking over with, bros. They missed, and it's over. But some of this rhetoric is fucking crazy. Shooter at President Donald Trump's rally has been neutralized. Says over here Trump was rushed off the stage after loud bangs. Just say gunshots, man. What the fuck? Why is it? It's like you can tell that they're typing this up. They're fucking mad. They're like probably they're mad that they fucking missed, or they're mad because they know that it's over. Trump was rushed off stage after loud bang, says CNN. Spokesperson said Trump is fine and referred to the shooting as a heinous act. Shooting came after a busy day campaigning for both Trump and President Joe Biden. This is a crazy, and they're still running with the headline. The headline is not that he was shot. The headline is he was rushed off stage after a shooting now. So they at least changed that part. Is that what's on the homepage? Let's go check it out. No, the homepage still says Trump injured in incident. Loud bangs, y'all, loud bangs. This is a wild fucking story, bro. Says Kamala Harris Khan was briefed on the incident. I don't know why she ain't gonna do shit. Someone asked, is it an inside job or is it a lunatic? I don't think it particularly matters. I guess in some sense it does, right? At least for narrative sakes. But an attempted assassination is an attempted assassination. So I don't think if it even came out that it was some fucking rogue guy that wanted to take him out as a nominee, the result is the same. An attempted assassination, and it's something that because they fucking missed, it's something that's going to only benefit Trump. Yeah, and I did see in the chat. I'm still waiting. I don't see them reporting it. I have seen a couple of reports, not saying that CNN is reputable or anything, but I did see a couple saying that there was an attendee that was there that was they ended up getting shot. And that sucks. Someone says 2 bystanders in the chat. Yeah, man, this is ever developing, so just let me know. I'm just tripping out that CNN, like, this is all they could say. This is all they could say. Go on their homepage right now, and it just says Trump was injured in an incident. That's fucking wild to me. Fucking wild. So it says 2 injured, 1 dead. Okay. I don't know. I mean, this is going to be kind of ever developing. Let me fly through some of these right quick because I know it's a lot of y'all, and I want to thank you for being here, hanging out. It says, is there Anything more gangster than Trump fist in the air after being shot. Huge BDE from the boss man. Let's fucking go, says John A. Douglas. Yeah, man. Wow. Ministry of Wrong Think with a 5 says, how did you miss? Is literally trending on Twitter. These people are sick. Look, I guess I can talk about that real quick. For sure, there's going to be those that are out there that, and I called this, right? I said that there were going to be those that are going to be upset that the job was not finished. Because there's a lot of cats out there that want him dead. Like, just being completely honest. And by cats, I'm just talking about like general fucking crazed lunatics. Mike has bad knees with a 5 says they've gaslit people into thinking he's literally Hitler and this is the result. Yeah, look, I think that, and that's a great point. You bring up a great point. Like, if not now, then would it have eventually happened? Yeah, the media has, and it's not just the media trademark, it's a cultural thing. It's happened like with pretty much anything establishment-wise that the left controls, which seems to be everything. So you had agents of Hollywood. I call them agents because they do seem to be rather just that, as opposed to just individually acting people, right? Your academia, obviously news and such. And it's like this, yeah, since 2015, they were really calling this guy the most foul things that were imaginable. And it only accelerated. And yeah, that does tend to, I guess that's the part that a lot of people don't see, is that it tends to create a culture of fuckers that may be crazy enough to do something foul. And we mentioned this, obviously it's a far more, like, it's not as serious as going to try to assassinate the presidents. But, you know, we talked about this with even like Mark Kern and even my own situations, right? And how, like, you know, you get people that will say something crazy, foul. And like with Mark Kern, the chick put a bounty basically on his head, right? And you don't just think like, haha, it's fun and games and it's giggles, right? Or, everything is justified because they don't like him. You also have to start thinking about, well, what happens if someone is crazy enough to take him up on his offer? And that's the part that, as people say this, just absolutely insane things. And with Trump, we saw it at a level that was unlike anything that we had seen, because they were all in on it. Like, again, all of these different institutions were in on it. So yeah, to your point, you can't just consider like what's happening like right now. It's like, what if you are, I mean, it's funny, they use this term all the time, radicalizing, right, other people. It's fucked up. Wild stuff. Roblox head Leslie Hedlund with a 2 says inside job. White hats retaliate. Trump wins, says Roblox head Leslie Hedlund. We have Albert with a 2 says D-Day Cobra is live. You should link up. Oh shit. Well, shout out Jeremy. Joe Music with a 2 says somebody call Gooding. He could probably assist. Darth Ghostface with a 9 month says Clown World on X said the shooter who tried to kill Trump has been identified as an Antifa extremist. Like I said, that part is the stuff that it's hard to know. I don't know who did it. And it's going to be probably 17 names of people out there before we get like a legitimate confirmation. Lord Hogg with a 2 says CNN framed the event as an interruption. Defending Truth with a 2 says Trump's turn into Roosevelt 2.0 is going smoothly. That one guy with a 17 months, 5 gifted subs from Bruce. Stardust Crusader with 41 months says we live in crazy times. It's nuts, bros. Ghost on the guitar, becoming a Lil Mac. Night Shift with a 2. Appreciate that. We got says, well, crazy day, huh? Yeah. Tell me about it. Sheep with a 40 months says arrested, mugshot, life attempt. They not only martyred him, they also confirmed his re-election and future rap album. Night Shift with a 13 months says they just guaranteed Trump's victory in the November election. Hope they're happy with themselves, the ones who are alive anyway. Roblox head Leslie Helen with a 5 says the insider told me they saw Alpha Core and ISOM already on the scene. Also, there's a video on X of Meth Gary running from the scene with a BB gun. Oh shit. 5 from No Captain Matt says update, the shooter is dead and one of the attendees is dead. Yeah, I know I'm getting caught up, y'all. Archangel with a 13 months says they gaslight more than my own stepmom. Fuck. Not a banned account with a 2 says, as a registered Democrat, I never wanted this. Yeah, look, the political landscape, y'all know I fucking hate politics, man. I mean, that's why I adopt the philosophy that I adopt. I'm not a fan of government by any means. Unfortunately, it's involved in pretty much every facet of your life. To the point to where you can't really come up with a solution that doesn't somehow involve them. And I believe that is developed that way on purpose to make you dependent and to make you less likely to do the right thing. But it also just makes people ugly, okay? Makes people crazy. You've seen it too. You can probably even say this with your favorite creators in some cases, whether it be actors and other forms of entertainment. And how crazy the 2016 election made them, right? Where people openly started to tell on themselves as far as who they were. And it just makes people who you've previously respected, it could be even your own family members in some cases, previously you respected their opinions, you felt that they were intelligent, and it made politics gets injected, and now the rational become irrational. It sucks. Mr. Toxicity with a 2 says the media egged this on. For sure, in some cases. East Coast Toasty Boy with a 5 says not surprised they tried everything else and failed. This is the only option they have left. Mine, the poor wording, the media is pathetic. Whoever took the job is probably dead by now. 2007 with a 5. Boxo with a 5 says real Trump is how the fuck that guy who shot at Trump got to get a suppressor. I bet he didn't follow the... Oh, shit, it jumped on me. My bad, y'all. Damn, it's a lot of these. Follow the no $200 tax stamp. We got Samurai Knight with a 32 month says, they're mad the shooter missed and that it's over. It is over. Valhalla with a 5. If you listen to the video where he grabs his ear, you can hear the round impacts. Steiner Math with a 5 said they tried to silence the man and handed him the election instead. That's true. I think it's over, bros. I think it's fucking done. Prayers for those who were shot and their families. Yeah, man, that's the last thing that you want to hear, someone going to a political rally and being caught as an innocent bystander. Stardust Crusader gifted what's up. Appreciate that. 21 months from 20 Show says they want them dead. They aren't peaceful people. No. And now look, I don't think there's any problem with being honest about that. I've talked about this on Blaze a lot, okay? Talking about how a lot of these people, especially people that tend to lean towards the right? And by that, I mean lean towards absolute private property, if that's the end game. They tend to be more rational. I'm not saying that everybody is. I'm saying that they tend to be more analytical about just life. And so when you get an enemy, right? People that have declared yourselves as one of them, right? As far as an enemy to them, your mind wants to overanalyze it. You want to be overcritical about it. You want to just try to assume like, okay, well, I need this to make sense, right? These people act the way that they act because of this, and this, and this. And sometimes it's not that difficult. Sometimes it's just they are evil and they want you dead. And that's harsh. It sounds really fucked up. It can be a little bit of a kind of dooming. But sometimes that's just the truth. There are people out there that will prefer that you not exist. And it's a harsh reality to accept, It sucks, but it's true. There are people out there that are irrational and willing to do irrational things. And they don't like you just because you exist. And sometimes it's a little deeper than that. Maybe it's because of the your culture, your subculture, your set of morals, ethics, right? What you hold near and dear, which is why it seems like they try to attack it on any given front to the point to where there's a legitimate conversation being had, especially among academics, about whether or not, like, the ideal scenario is a thriving family and the nuclear family. There's a reason for that. Now, I personally think that it has more to do with power, in that, the nuclear family, as Hans Hermann Hoppe had said, that's like the last line of defense against the government. So anybody that tends to gravitate towards that as an ideal scenario, they find you to be an enemy. But yeah, oftentimes it's that simple. They don't like you. They don't like what you stand for, and they want you dead. And it can be very difficult to cope with that. But I do think that you should not navigate the world as if everybody thinks like you, and you shouldn't navigate the world as if it's your ideal setup, and as if that there's automatically going to be some level of reciprocity with some other human being. No. Oftentimes, not saying every time, right? It's beautiful when you do get to link up with like-minded people, but there's also those that could not be any more different than you are. And it has little to do with race and other shit like that. I'm just saying that culturally, y'all are incompatible. Wild shit, man. We got B Chain with a 5 says, this is madness, man. Early reports from the town PD is the shooter was Antifa. Nothing confirmed though wouldn't shock me. No, of course I wouldn't be shocked, but yeah, I can't confirm that. The real King Salty with a 5 says, Alex Jones predicted this months ago that he's just I guess a whack job conspiracy theorist, right? Yeah. This whole system is a backdoor clown show. Floatman with a 5 says, remember, as soon as Trump was convicted, the Democrats moved to remove Secret Service protection. Imagine if that had succeeded. Big Nate with a 20 says, world's worst hit or best setup. Maybe a combination of both. The God of Gravy with a 2 says, anyone checked where Alec Baldwin is? Well, we know that he don't miss. And he gets off. What a crazy story that was. Motion to dismiss granted. Get the fuck out of here. What? He killed a motherfucker. The God of Gravy with a 2 said, I just read that. Not a bad account said with a 2. Why did Secret Service why didn't they prevent this tragedy? Student OG with Student Guy, what's up? Said with a 2. Google CNN and go to news and read the headline. What do you mean? It still, at least on CNN, says Trump injured in shooting at Pennsylvania rally, which is a crazy ass headline, by the way. Nuts. Eric the Guapo with a 10 said, I hope it doesn't make tribalism worse. Unfortunately, that may be the intended consequence. This has the potential to turn extremely ugly. Moments like this is when those in Christ light shine, says slow to speak, slow to anger, quick to listen. Yeah, man. I do think that this may, and this is kind of looking at it as more of an optimist. What will happen from this is that, and this is what you could hope for, is that normies will see this situation and sort of snap out of whatever the fuck they've been under. So yeah, it does have a potential to get ugly, right? Because I mean, you're looking at that. That's not anything to take lightly. Obviously, you know, going to try to air out the former president is not. I would not recommend anybody do that. But and anybody that is crazy enough to do something like that has to be under the. They know the ramifications. They're totally aware of that. And yeah, it could get better, or excuse me, get worse before it gets better. I'd hate for that to happen. But if I'm looking at it as an optimist, the best case scenario is that people snap out of it, because there's been a lot of people, normies, regular Joe Blows, that have been under just an absolute lull, bro. Like they are in a different dimension and they see the world through the lens of what the CNNs of the world want them to see it as. And to be fair to them, and I'm not really being fair, I don't owe them that, because I think that with technology, information is out there, so people should be going out of their way to get more informed. But if you think of the life of the normie, everything, and this is what the left did so well and what they've done so well, the authoritarian left, is that they control all of these mediums, right, of entertainment, academia. So basically, if you take a youngster, 20-something-year-old, they've been exposed to this shit their entire lives, pretty much on every end. And then if you think about it like that, they don't know any better. Not saying that as an excuse, because like I said, there is a lot of, you got to take it upon yourself to get more informed. And I don't think that ignorance is necessarily an excuse there, but they are surrounded by one line of thinking, and that's it. Britt Comeo with 100 says, my 2 cents, the left wants to tell content creators they are responsible for their fans and they should watch what they say to not provoke action. We'll never take a look at what legacy media has done to promote TDS, aka rule for thee, but not for me. Great way to put that, and you're right. You're 100% right. You're correct. That's kind of the approach. Yeah, this is what I said. Look at what happened with January 6th. Despite out of his own mouth, Trump telling them to not go do that and to keep things in line with peace, they still blamed him for that. However, if the shoe's on the other foot, I don't think that they're going to blame AOC or Biden for that matter, or Kamala or Obama. I don't see them blaming them for this. It'll just probably be, I would not be surprised if it comes out as just some deranged guy and nobody knows anything about him. And because this was an assault on the president, guys, y'all understand, and I hope you understand, that it's going to be gay ops galore. It's going to be a whole lot of it. It's going to be a whole lot of misdirection. So don't be surprised if this shit creates more questions than it does answers. But because I wouldn't be surprised. Hey, it's some unnamed guy. Nobody knows the history about him. He's the one that did it, right? Has no history of anything, posting or anything, just some random guy. So yeah, the gay ops might be in order for sure. Well, you can make the argument that this whole shit could have been a gay op. Loud bangs. Oh my God, they said that. Britt, I appreciate that, honey, man. That is not cheap. We got Garfield's Bizarre Adventure with a 5 says, trying to throw Trump in jail didn't work. Their next option is what we all saw today. Crazy. What a 5 says, then before the FBI were aware of the shooter. That's typically how these things go. Napa, my man's with Napa with a 2 says, Trump shit. Richard Sherman passed. Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, it's a crazy day, man. Jay Efficient or Jefficient with a 5. Breaking 911 Twitter account just posted a video of a sniper on a nearby roof that got taken out by Secret Service. I haven't even looked at my Twitter yet. I'm pretty sure there's all kinds of updates. Some people are already saying that I have seen some of these reports. I would love to see like who legitimately did this gay shit. Wild story, bro. But yeah, I am seeing a video of some dead fucker on I'm looking at it right now. I would not show this on stream, on a roof. Said eyewitnesses tell BBC that he informed police that Secret Service about a suspicious man, on a roof with a rifle, and he was ignored. Yeah, man, there's going to be a whole lot of misdirection, bros. I'm already seeing these memes. You got 50 Cent, Trump. That shit's silly. Yeah, this is developing, that's for sure. And this is what I'm also seeing, and y'all let me know if y'all seeing this as well. I'm starting to see people like Nick Merckx. I don't think Nick Merckx has come out and just explicitly stated that he was a Trump supporter. Well, he did today. So I'm starting to see some guys that you probably may think that they lean that way, but it's not really expedient, definitely considering their profession. And I'm starting to see them post pictures and shit of Trump. Because maybe it's safe now. And again, that was the unintended consequence. This is why I think it's over. Nick Merckx is who I said. We know what he said about the whole trans thing, but I don't think he said anything about supporting Trump in the past. What he did today, I'll show you real quick. He posted, I saw it right before I went live. Right here. He said, "My president." So I'm starting to see again. I looked on my timeline now, a lot of guys that don't really be talking about that type of stuff, they're starting to post. So it's going to get interesting. We'll see. We'll see. We have Irish Pendejo with a 5 says, "Love the first photo. This will be a positive for him moving forward." Oh, no brainer. I just hope he doesn't go more left on his 2A stance. Yeah, that would be a disaster. Levi Ackerman with a 5 says, "Reported Antifa shooter, but town council moms are the real terrorists, right?" We'll see, man. Like I said, don't be surprised if you don't learn anything. Like, I would not be. There's going to be a whole lot of misdirection, so you got to watch out for that type of stuff. The psyops are going to be out there. But for sure, don't be surprised. I mean, it would be great if, they can't cover this up and we know everything about this person, but do not be surprised if you don't learn shit, because we don't know anything about Vegas, do we, still? And think about it. If it was one that they wanted to cover up, this would be the one. This would be the one. You know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised if we go a few days and we don't know shit. Man, this is a crazy story, man. Who would have thought I'd be live talking about this? Art Attack with a 2 says the new liberal TikTok vids are going to be unhinged. Oh, boy, that place is going to be a shit hole. Well, it already is. Norman's Progress with a 5 says the sheer amount of ballot fraud needed to overcome this is likely too risky. looks like the October surprise came a few months early. Well, that was the point that I made. I think this seals the deal. It's going to make the margin so wide that even the shenanigans aren't going to be good enough. The infamous something, I can't see the whole name with a 10, says, image whipping up your fan base, or excuse me, imagine whipping up your fan base of self-professed mentally ill people with wild rhetoric and then expecting it to stay at the ballot box. Absolutely not. These guys are fucking wild. The Apollo with a 10, I think that is, yeah, says time for TLM, Trump lives matter. What does that say? Sternakois? Something like that with a 5. You come at the king, you best not miss. Omar on the wire. That's a for sure right on. The guy to gravy with a 5. BBC's headline, Trump rushed off stage at Pennsylvania rally. No mention of why. Mostly peaceful 2.0. Irish Pendejo with a 2 says, I can't wait for the next debate after this. Yeah, he should for sure come out to hit him up by Pac. That would be the most gangster shit he could possibly do. And start like dancing right when he says, who shot me, but you punks didn't finish. Now you about to feel the wrath of a menace. Levi with a 5. I can hear ALC saying this was the result of Trump's own loose gun control policy. Wow, that might end up being a spin. For sure. Everweight with a 5. If it turns out to actually be Antifa, the left will call him mentally ill because they like to pretend leftism doesn't have an extremist element, even though historically all of the most dangerous, like if you want to talk about actual democide, has all been carried out by leftist governments. And what's insane is that they have been for a while, they're able to control, like, again, because of academia, flat out lying to people and revising history, trying to make it seem like the fact that they were able to convince so many people that Nazism is right wing blows my fucking mind. That might be the gayest of the ops that it was a successful one because it's so ahistorical. And I have a video, if you guys, definitely people that are new to my channel, I have an old video that I did called, it's like, I think the title is like, Yes, the Nazis Were Socialists. And I go through the history of it, and it's irrefutable. It's fucking irrefutable. But it's amazing how successful they have been at revising history. But all the dangerous governments throughout America's definitely modern history were all admitted like leftists, right? Particularly coming from leftist economic background. So whether it be with communism, like with a Pol Pot or a Mao, right? Or the Stalins of the world, right? Or even some of the African nations and what they that's probably the worst thing that you want to, funny. Black folk love to talk about colonization and all sorts of shit that they bitching about. White folk introduced your ass to communism, and that's been more dangerous than fucking anything else they could have fucking introduced to you. And you adopted it willingly. A lot of African nations historically had adopted it and ran themselves into the fucking ground, adopting communism. But that's neither here nor there. But continuing on, when you look at fucking, like, again, even with like the North Koreas of the world, all that shit's communistic. All of it's and for a very long time, prior to like the recent century, if you will, communism and socialism were used as interchangeable terms, right? Now they try to separate it like, well, it's different. No, historically it was the same. This whole communism is like socialism, but statelessness, that's ahistorical. That was never the case. Just as many times like, Ferdinand Lassalle's and all those guys, like those guys were stated socialists and they've been around just as long, hell, if not longer than when Marx was around. What the fuck are y'all talking about? But I have a video, I go through all of the details there. I go to the history of socialism as well. in that video. You should go check it out. Where am I at? We have Javi Nobody Fear with a 2 says gay ops. Where? Don Lemon? Well, not those types of gay ops. GHEY ops. Libertarian with a 10 said, Libertarian 05, that's my man, says crazy times we live in, bro. Tell me about it. It's nuts. We got QA or OA Lips with a 10 says, yo, this monitor is like way far away from me, so my bad on that. Says, yo, I was in the gym hitting legs, recording a video for my channel. My homie called me and said it was on the news, on the TVs. Crazy times. It is fucking crazy. Sailor Mercury with a 2. Far left is evil. Never want to hear January 6th again. Tom Berry Monster with a 50 says, thanks for the stream. What's up, homie? Love to see you here. Says, thanks for the stream to let us know, Ripper. This is crazy. This is fucking nuts. Y'all know it's something. If I'm I don't even stream that much anymore. If I'm firing up a damn stream on a Saturday like this, you know it's crazy. Mad Cat with a 5 says, author ideology is cancer. Says, the modern left is drenched in fascist and communist belief. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's ahistorical that they have been able, like something like fascism, right? Like somehow fascism, like they tried to make this fake ass political spectrum where they put fascism on the right, even though he was historically leftist. You had fucking Italians that came from the fucking Communist Party that then identified as fascist, but somehow fascism is on the complete opposite end. A communism makes no fucking sense whatsoever. But they were successful, specifically academia, in convincing a large body of people to believe that. Nuts. I mean, they were successful. Wild times we living in. But yeah, this isn't new. Like, leftists being politically violent is not new. This is nuts. Someone said Biden's talking. Is he? Where at? And on what? Let me see. Somebody's got to be live. Usually it's like CNN or something like that. I don't see it. Who's showing it? I love to watch it and check it out. Live on CNN? Hold on. I'm not seeing shit. Oh, hold up. I might got some. Yeah, here he is.
To Donald, I'll let you know that as well. So far, it appears he's doing well, number one. Number two, that there's thoroughly investigating what happened to anyone else in the audience.
Can y'all not see that?
Some reports, but not final
nope.
reports.
I can see it. Why can't y'all?
And every agency.
Why is it showing up as a black screen for y'all?
To my phone to speak with the federal agencies that are being put together.
Not sure why this is doing this.
Briefing. Has anything happened? They learned more in the last couple hours.
Y'all can at least hear him.
So thank you very much, and I hope I get to speak to him tonight, and I'll get back to you if I do. Okay?
Mr. President, do you think there was an assassination?
Do we have that?
I don't know enough to. I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So
well, get your opinion in.
All the facts before I make any more comments. Thank you.
Are you worried for President safety? Was the security failing, Mr. President?
He walked off the stage.
So President Biden speaking back.
I'm sorry, guys. I can't listen to fucking Anderson Cooper for too much longer. He said he don't have all the facts. He says he has his opinions. That's what he explicitly just said. He has his opinions, but he doesn't have any facts. Elon Musk just tweeted, he said the head of the Secret Service and leader of the security detail should resign. Well, what if it's darker than that? What if it's darker than that? What if it's they were all in on it? I don't want to be on here perpetuating no conspiracies, YouTube, so please don't take my channel down. But what if they were in on it? Know what I'm saying? This is wild. This is a wild story. Still developing. And I'm trying to get if there's any sort of information. It's just going to be filtered, man. Oh, they changed. Look at that. Look at that. They finally changed the title. Look at that. I'm not going to say that y'all got some integrity, but look at that. For my audio listeners, from CNN, it says Trump shooting being investigated as an attempted assassination. So now it doesn't say that, oh, well, it was just loud bangs. Boy, I bet it pained them. I bet it fucking pained them to put this as a headline, huh? They were fucking pissed. What was the title before? What was it, guys? It was, what was it? Someone will say it in the chat. I forgot what it was. We read it over and over and over, and I forgot it that quick. It was hogwash. Boy, I know it hurt. I know it hurt them. Someone said they changed it due to being called out. Wouldn't be surprised. Oh, yeah, they called it an incident. Yeah. Injured in an incident. That's what they said. It's funny, we did a story. What was that story? I can't remember. It was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago on Blaze. It was me. I think maybe Yaku was on the show. It could have been Matthew Marsden. I can't remember. And we were talking about something, and I remember bringing up the idea that Secret Service. Oh, it was talking about. I'm guessing his when they raided his shit. And I remember saying something about like, and I'm pretty sure someone ended up finding that clip, but I was talking about like Secret Service and how like I would not be surprised if they were in on some dirty shit. I can't remember to what extent we were talking about, because it wasn't just talking about him being raided for those documents, or being raided. It was something else. I can't remember. This is crazy, man. Someone said, I'm looking at this video and somebody saying that it was a woman that was unfortunately killed at the rally. Like the innocent bystander. I don't know. I can't say. There's going to be a whole lot of gay ops, man, on this. And like, it's going to be a lot of misdirection. I have no idea. But yeah, I'm looking at my timeline right now, man, and as you guys can see, lots of craziness. And for you guys that have not had a chance to see the video, I guess we'll watch it real quick one more time. Because I know there's people like definitely our international guys probably hadn't even seen this wild shit.
And then the worst president in the history of our country took over. And look what happened to our country. Probably 20 million people. And you know, that's a little bit old, that chart. That chart's a couple of months old. And if you want to really see something that's said, take a look at what happened.
That's wild, bro. Wild ass story, bro.
Move it to spare. Hold. When you're ready. On you. Ready. Move. Up. Move. Go. Up. Hawkeye's here. We ready?
Okay, we are watching live at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, where former President Trump was speaking on the stage.
That's just crazy, bro. That's every time I see that, that's fucking wild, bro. That is insane. Yeah, bro. Look at these memes. These memes are gonna get pretty crazy. It's him in the Matrix. For you guys that can't see it, yeah, it's gonna be some wild memes. Damn. Who would have thought on a Saturday? I'm streaming on a Saturday, and I'm streaming because someone shooting at the fucking former president of the United States as he's running for office again. Crazy, man. But like I said, I don't know. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I know exactly what he got hit with. He did seem to get hit in the ear. Either way, it's an attempted assassination nonetheless, and I don't think that's particularly... Listen, what's this say? I've been briefed on the shooting at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania. This is coming from President Biden. I'm reading this via Twitter. Obviously, he didn't tweet it. Whatever his communications department, this is what they tweeted. I'm grateful to hear he's safe and doing well. Says I'm praying for him and his family, for all those out who are at the rally as we wait further information. Jill and I are grateful to the Secret Service for getting him to safety. There's no place for this kind of violence in America. We must unite as one nation and condemn it. Just trying to be safe. That's about all he could. To anything that he says, I mean... Yeah, see, like, I'm seeing these guys that don't be talking politics like this. Now everybody's got an opinion. Look at Robert Frank.
Business doing chess on a Saturday. Yeah, I know it's normally armed day, but I felt like doing chess. Then all of a sudden, Twitter starts blowing up. My text started blowing up. Did you see what happened with Trump? I went back and I watched it. He gets shot in the head. I don't know, BB gun, 22. I don't know what it was. I don't know guns like that, but all I know, he goes down, and then he gets right back the fuck up, and he pumps his fist before he gets escorted off stage. That is a legend, that is a boss, and that is a big fuck you to anybody trying to take him out. So Donald Trump, this chess day is dedicated to you.
Like I said, man, like I'm thinking, look, man, we might have ourselves a little culture phenomena here, because now we're starting to see it's safe now. It's safe. So we're going to start seeing people that usually don't chime in on this type of stuff chiming in. It's going to be really interesting, man. That's crazy, though, bro. It's still a wild ass. This video gets me every fucking time. Hold up. Him pumping his fucking fist. He wanted to say, you see he's reaching for the mic? He wanted to say, he wanted us to start talking some shit. Like he he wanted to start talking some shit. He wanted to start talking some shit, but they wouldn't let him. Like he talking about, wait. He wanted to start talking his talk. Look at him. He reaching for the mic. I don't know why they got this chick in Secret Service, though. Her little ass ain't protecting nobody. DIE hire for sure. Trump might want to fix that. He wanted to tell her, wait, look at him reaching for the mic. He wanted to talk his shit. He wanted to talk his shit, man. Look at him. Wait. Oh, man. This is so many. All those pictures, man. He's going to make so much money in fundraising for this. Yeah, we talked about it, Mike, that CNN finally updated and called it, said it's being investigated as an attempted assassination. As miles different from incident. Trump involved in, it was an incident at his rally. Took him a little bit. I mean, it only took him, how long I been live? It only took him an hour. No, it took him an hour. Crazy shit right now, man. Yeah, man. I think it's sealed. And look at, some people are reporting that Trump is still gonna be appearing at UFC tonight. Dog, that place is gonna fucking erupt if he does. And that would be a smart thing for him to do. The most like, you want to talk about igniting an audience, if he's good, if he's fucking good, that'd be the most legendary move. Again, he should have a walkout. It should be Tupac's Hit Him Up, bro. As he goes to sit, he should have his own walkout to Tupac's fucking Hit Him Up. I say leave the blood on his ear. Don't even wash the blood on his ear, right? Don't even wash that off. It looks good. Leave the blood there. Go to UFC tonight. Walk out to Tupac's Hit Him Up. And the place, he's going to blow the roof off the place. That would be a cocky ass move, though. I ain't gonna lie, I'd have to respect it. If he did that, I have to respect it. If he shows up to UFC tonight, if he just shows up, I mean, it doesn't matter if he walks out to hit him up. You know? That'd be pretty cocky. I'd respect it. Someone says in the chat, I thought Eric was an outsider. Look, sounds like a fan to me. Well, no, I'm an outsider. I'm just objective. I can call a spade a spade. You don't need to be some fucking Trump supporter to fucking call the shit for what it is. But yeah, I think it's over. I think I'm already seeing it. Cultural kickback here. There's a lot of people who are going to back him because they know it's safe now, which is going to spread culturally. Yeah. What a crazy ass story, bro. That'd be pretty cool, though. Yeah, for sure. If we could get him appearing at UFC tonight, that'd be cocky as a motherfucker. I respect it. Respect it. Gotta respect that. But yeah, for you guys that missed it, someone already has posted the video of what Biden said. This is what he said. You can see his stupid face.
Mr. President, do you think this was an assassination?
Like, by the way, I'm gonna back it back up. You'll see that his wheels start churning. It's fucking hilarious when he gets asked that, because he's like, okay, I know what they want me to say. Do I say what they want me to say? All of that stuff is happening in real time.
And I'll get back to you if I do. Okay?
Mr. President, do you think this was an assassination attempt?
I don't know enough to. I have an opinion, but I don't have any facts. So I want to make sure we have all the facts before I make any more comments. Thank you.
Are you worried for his own safety? With the security?
And I'll get you back.
So that is the president's thoughts there. In that he doesn't have all the facts yet, guys, is what he's saying, apparently. That's what he's moving with. Let me get to some of these super chats, man. You guys are amazing. I appreciate y'all hanging out with me because I don't usually stream on Saturdays. I don't usually stream at all these days, but I think this was a special occasion. Rachel Maddow finally snapped. Oh, I got to see that. Brian, what's up, homie? With a 2. Said, Javi No Fear says with a 5. Or Nobody Fear, excuse me. Says, in Netflix Hitler docu series, they managed to insert trans propaganda in it. They also stated Germany recovered quickly from World War I before Hitler. Shalom with a 2 says CIA or other deep state. Look, man, anything's on the table. Scully with a 2, Australian says new campaign song 50 Cent, Many Men. Blood in my eye, dog, and I can't see. Harry with a 20 says, aren't they the same people who want to take away gun rights rules for thee? Well, of course. Omega Supreme with a 10 says 100% rib of the left harp on the comment of Gentile and Mussolini, stating they wanted right-wing movement and fascism, but they're European socialists. Right-wing to them would have been Obama. The Apollo with a 10 says the fact that we've discussed more deeper facts on this situation right now than the dang president. Yeah. Mike Dowd with a 2 says never stop asking questions. Never. Omega Supreme with a 2 said at this point, Trump got to hire Blackwater PMCs. Can't trust anybody. Trey Gordon with a 5 says, apparently videos are coming out, shows the gunman on the roof with a clear sight of the stage. Also, he was reported to SS and nothing happened. We talked about that little. I did see some of the conversations being had with attendees saying that one in particular said that he tried to warn them about it and they did nothing, which that spells set up all over it. Trey Gordon with a 5 says apparently videos. Oh, that's what I just read. Excuse me. We have Vernalf with a 10 says, do we get a prize if we guess their spin? Maybe. A white guy named something with a 5 says, Ty says with a 5. I have people that I work with saying it was staged. F these people. Yeah, I think that's the more realistic spin that people are going to take because they just don't. At that point, it's like it's not convenient for them to believe that some fucked up shit happened. And there's going to be a lot of those people that are out there that are going to not want to believe it. So the fix is going to be in and the jig's going to be up. Anticipate that. But on the other side of that, I think this is going to pill a lot of normies. Josh with a 10 says, this is crazy shit that has happened. Yeah, man. Gaming Baker, with a $2, $3 Australian says, it is great. He is okay. Yeah, he's good. Miracle Child with a 5. 1 minute, you're wrestling Vince McMahon and helping Kevin in New York. The next minute, you're dodging bullets. The life of Orange Man, a life he's lived. The Geth with a 5. It's all conspiracy, don't you know? Okay, shoot at me, but just graze my ear. Yeah, that's true. So we can win the election. Yeah, that's. Omega Supreme with a 2 said most Trump thing ever show up to USC. He if he's good, like obviously if he ain't fucking deaf out of his ear and they need to fix that shit. If he's good, he shows up. I think he shows up. Fat Boy Diesel with a 2 said DEISS lady protected Trump's nuts as they grew. World's Worst Gamer with a 1 Canadian says nothing. Respect. Real Skinwalker with a 5 says, yeah, that female is very short for the detail. Where are the bulletproof suitcase shields? I'm not going to pretend like I know everything that goes into that process, but yeah, I'm not sure that Wham and Secret Service is the move right there, especially ones that are short. Trying to protect the guy that's reportedly 6'3", 215. He's got to show up. If he can show up at UFC, like I said, he should walk out to Tupac's, hit him up, blood still on his ear. Cocky it as all fucking get out. He should be dapping up the crowd. All that good shit. Oh, half-black president, former president chimed in. This is what he says. There's absolutely no place for political violence in our democracy. Well, democracy's gay, though. So, although, this is what he says. He says, although we don't know exactly what happened. This is almost an hour ago, by the way. He said, we should all be relieved that former president wasn't seriously hurt. I bet you are relieved, Barack Obama. And use this moment to recommit ourselves to civility and respect in our politics. Michelle and I are wishing him a quick recovery, says Barack. So he chimed in. He chimed in. Wild stuff, man. Oh, this is apparently Grace Randolph deleted something, says, I don't want to talk politics anymore, as this is getting very serious no matter what happened, and no matter who is the ticket, no matter what happens, I will be voting Democratic. She deleted this post, but what a post, huh? What a post. Grace Randolph, you are a person. Yeah, man, these are some interesting cats. Interesting cats. What a story, bro. We are fucking talking about Trump getting, well, an attempted assassination. Wow. But yeah, like I said, this is my position. Like I said, don't know what he got popped with. I mean, they're talking about he got sniped, basically, or the guy was a sniper. I don't know. Fucking, I have no idea. But either way, they missed. And the only other thing is, it just wasn't his time. The Lord said, nah, bro. Not today. Won't be happening. It's not your time. Because man, you can imagine. Because, I mean, if you watch the video, he goes like that. He's like, I don't know if that's the one that hit him. Like, could you imagine, like, okay, moving over for a second. Well, a split second. Moving over in a split second. If it's like an inch, and that could have fucking saved his ass from basically catching it right on the fucking eye. That's crazy. Crazy ass story, bros. Crazy story. Just wild that this is what we're discussing. That former president, someone tried to take his ass out. Elon Musk also has tweeted this. Did it come out the other day? I think it might have been earlier today that he made some big donation to him. I could be wrong on that. My apologies. Yeah, man, it's going to be a lot of people, especially normies, that realize it's safe to talk about this now. They're going to be doing their videos. They're going to be making their posts. And yeah. Crazy. What a take here. I don't know who this is. Memeology sharing someone that said, while I'm praying for former President Trump in hopes he makes a full recovery, the extremism from the MAGA regime. What the hell is that? What the hell is the MAGA regime? Someone said Tucker called it. Let's watch this video. I don't know what this is.
They called him names. He won anyway. They impeached him twice on ridiculous pretenses. They fabricated a lot about what happened on January 6th in order to impeach him again. It didn't work. He came back. Then they indicted him. It didn't work. He became more popular. Then they indicted him 3 more times, and every single time his popularity rose. So if you begin with criticism, then you go to protest, then you go to impeachment, now you go to indictment, and none of them work, what's next? I mean, graph it out, man. We're speeding toward assassination, obviously.
Oh shit!
And no one will say that, but I don't know how you can reach that conclusion. You know what I mean? Like, they have decided, permanent Washington, both parties have decided that there's something about Trump that's so threatening to them they just can't have him. They called him names. He won anyway.
Well, it's the video repeating. That's crazy. Damn. Wow. Wild stuff. This is a crazy ass. Like I said, man, crazy story all around. A story that got me to actually stream talking about politics and stuff. When I kind of left that to, hey, when I appear on Blaze throughout my weekly appearances, we reserve it for that. And then some jackass decided to try to assassinate the former president of the United States on a Saturday, and they done got my ass out of my seat. Told my wife, hey, I got to stream it. I can't not stream it. I got to stream it. Because this is wild. All right. How long before The View calls the shooter a hero? I don't think they're cocky enough to do that. Not The View. 1000X with a 10 says, why is this front page news? I saw your video about an hour ago, and that's what told me. I go to my home YouTube and nothing. Had to look up Trump on Google to get info about it. Well, I think a lot of people are slow, not necessarily because of the news, but you got to understand, particularly mainstream news outlets, not even just the mainstream ones, the ones that are people find to be legitimate, which happen to be all the ones that are leftists, right? Just happens to be a coincidence like that. The only ones that they tell you to listen to are the ones that just happen to, lean a certain way. This goes against everything that they have been perpetuating for years, man. I talked about it early on in the show, and I guess it does make sense for me, like in radio, to repeat myself for the top 2,500 of y'all that are here. But if you've been paying attention, all of the violence, for the most part, politically in this country that has happened over the last decade, for the most part, has been from leftists, especially those that were attacks on people that were either former or standing politicians, right? Be it representatives and what have you. Look what happened to Rand Paul. Look what happened at that fucking baseball game years ago, right? And you look at what they tried to present in January 6th, or with January 6th. And what they tried to present that as, well, that was their thing. That's why they clung on to it for so long. They would not stop talking about that shit, even though it turned out to be largely a nothing burger. They thought this this is our chance to finally fake this narrative, or find evidence of this narrative that we've been saying that, well, it's the MAGA guys that are the ones sort of trying to be violent or enact some sort of political violence, right? They said that, then they've been trying to convince the world of that, even though it was not true. January 6th gave them an out, and they even lied about it. Like I said early on, the Brian Sicknick stuff was so disgusting because they had lied and said he beat over the head with a rider's, I guess, fucking fire extinguisher. And that was just totally fabricated, totally false. And it did not stop them from running with it. It was a lie. The only person that got off that day, out of the conflict, was the chick that got killed by the Capitol Police. So All this did was say what we already knew because it happened to a former president. But it was already going down. Leftists, they just had been protected for a very long time. Every institution sort of is able to run interference, right? When they do really fucked up shit, they're able to dumb it down, say, well, that was really not that. All the agents start running interference, say, hey, look, squirrel. But anybody that's been paying attention knows what this shit is and what it's been. And it's been leftists do leftist shit. Or if you want to say that, okay, it wasn't specifically leftist, let's just say this. The violence that has been enacted largely has been carried out by leftists. I can at least, you have to agree with me by that, on that. Or when it comes to these politicians, when you have people going at them, it's been violently, for the most part, it has been leftist. It's just been politically expedient to say, oh, well, it's just those MAGA guys. It's just the Klansmen that are around every corner jumping out to wreak havoc. And that's just not the truth. It never was the truth. This one right here is so blatant, which is why I think you're seeing in real time a lot of normies just get peeled on this entire situation. A lot of normies are looking at this saying, what the fuck was this? Trump made a statement on Truth Social. Let's check it out. Let me see if I can find it. I'm not seeing anything. Hold up. We'll refresh some things. I'm not seeing anything. So yeah, let's watch this real quick, because this is the BBC talking to someone that was there, and this is the weird conversation that was had here. Let me check this out real quick.
People were very frightened. Greg was someone who was here. You weren't inside the event,
nope,
but you were just outside. Tell us what you saw.
So we had a party here all day. You can see behind us at the Brinkles Farming Greenhouse here. We had a party, and we all decided, hey, you know, when we hear Trump up there, we're going to walk up through the field, stand by the trees up there under the shade, and watch and listen to the rally. Right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up. And probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking, I'm estimating here, I have no idea, you know, but we noticed the guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the building beside us, 50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, you know, we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle, absolutely. We're pointing at him. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey, man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? You know, like they didn't know what was going on. You know, we're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see him from right here. We see him. You know, he's crawling. And next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for, 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots ring out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes?
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes?
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling the police and the Secret Service?
We were telling the police. We were pointing at him for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
What? The fuck? The fuck is that? Well, that stinks. To high hell. Huh. Interesting. I didn't stop the video. That was just all that whoever posted that on Twitter posted. What? Yeah, I'm seeing pictures of this guy, and it looks like they're on the roof. Well, there's a dead dude right here. I'm looking at, like I said, I'm not going to show that on stream because, yeah, YouTube. Okay, here.
Slope went. He was behind where at least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling.
All right, here's the
We were
fuller
telling
video
the
of this
police,
interview.
We were pointing at them for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
Binoculars.
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here? I mean, this is not a big place.
Did you see? I mean, obviously, everyone when the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay, sorry.
Secret Service blew his head off.
Okay, just be careful because we don't quite know who's watching, but you're pretty sure they shot the guy?
Absolutely, 100%.
Okay.
Yep.
You saw that happen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And did you see them go up to him afterwards, or?
They crawled up on the roof. They had their guns pointed at him, make sure he was dead. He was dead, and that was it. It was over.
And that's what the picture, to his credit, that's the picture that I just saw, that
right there
matches that.
I no, other than he was in muted colors, tan type clothing. We saw the rifle flinging around as he was trying to crawl. I mean, we saw the rifle, 100%.
Do you know about guns? Do you know what kind of weapon it was?
Oh, I absolutely know about guns, for sure. No, I mean, it was a rifle of some sort. I wouldn't know, I wasn't close enough to read the label on it,
No, sure. But
it was a rifle of some sort. Yeah, absolutely.
So, how do you process what you've just seen?
I don't know what to say, man. All I'll tell you is, if I walked up close to there with anything that Secret Service considered a problem, I wouldn't be standing here talking to you right now. But I don't know why a guy who we're standing there pointing out to police and Secret Service is crawling up the roof. Yes, right there by that tree. We were outside the security perimeter. But my question is, there's only a few buildings around here. Why is Secret Service not at every building here?
Well, there's a whole bunch of questions I think that are going to come.
There's a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah.
Yes, she was right in front of me. She kept going back and forth right in front of me. Yes.
Tell us about her.
I mean, nice horse, nice lady running with a flag. Seemed very,
Said nice horse.
But what's the significance of her?
No, he asked me if I saw a horse.
Okay. All right, well, listen, I'm sorry you had to witness that. That was a terrible thing. And you should stay safe with your family. And
interesting. I don't know how legitimate or what that conversation was. It was the BC. They were talking to some guy that was there. Says he saw the whole thing play out in the way that it did. And I know a lot of people wanted me to watch that video. That's fucking wild. Wild shit. What are we thinking? Are we thinking that he appears at UFC tonight? No way. He's going for sure. So chat says. Reports are saying it would be a cocky ass move if he did it. It would be a power move if he did it. Like I said, I think he does it. Oh, I think he should do it. My man Spike posted this. He says if CNN had been around in 1963, and it's the headline that we were similar or akin to the one that we first saw. So JFK falls really, really hard at rally in Dallas. That would be how they would initially report it. What an absolute. Okay, so this is apparently the post from Truth Social, which would have been about 15 minutes ago. I want to thank United States Secret Service, it's coming from Trump, and all of law enforcement for their rapid response on the shooting that just took place in Butler, Pennsylvania. Most importantly, I want to extend my condolences to the family of the person at the rally who was killed. So that's been confirmed. And also to the family of another person that was badly injured. Says it is incredible that such an act can take place in our country. Nothing is known at this time about the shooter, who is now dead. I was shot with a bullet that pierced my upper right ear. Okay, so we have confirmation coming from Trump himself. He was fucking shot. And the bullet just hit the upper part of his right ear. He said, I knew immediately that something was wrong and that I heard a whizzing sound, shots, and immediately felt the bullet ripping through my skin. Wild shit. Says much bleeding took place, so I realized then what was happening. God bless America. So he was hit. It wasn't, I think you had some people saying that, well, he fell down, and that's where the bleeding came from, because they don't want to believe that there was an attempted assassination. That's exactly what this was, an attempted assassination. As the story develops, someone tried to kill fucking Donald Trump. And they were almost successful. They just missed. They didn't technically miss. They just hit him in his ear. And I'm pretty sure that wasn't the intent. Wow. Crazy story. I think it's over, y'all. I think I don't see how he could lose. Now, even with the margin, it's going to be so wide that they can't cook the books. They can't, I don't care how many that they dump at 1 a.m. in some swing state or some shit. It's not going to be enough. I think it's over. I think it's over, bros. Mainly because, again, when you start, because this is what it is. The culture is very important. I always say, and it's not anything I made up, Breitbart said it all the time. Politics are on the downstream, right, of culture. Essentially what that means is that you change the culture, you change the politics by default. There's nothing additional that you have to do. And when I start to see not only just culturally relevant people, but you start to get a sense of, for you guys that are active on social media, when I see guys that have never said anything about this rallying behind a Trump, I think that's going to be replicated like across the entire country. And I think you're going to see a lot of normies who take that position. And they're going to say, fuck it, I'm all in. I don't know how legit this is, but someone says Doug Mills, I guess a photographer of some sort, captured a picture, and it looks like the bullet whizzing on. I don't know how legit that is. Like I said, to me, and this is what I see. I don't know. It just wasn't his time. God said, nah, bro, I'm going to have to step in on this one. I know y'all got y'all own thing y'all trying to do down there in Pennsylvania on Earth. I'm going to have to step in on this one. I'll let you catch his ear, though. That's as good as you get. He said it wasn't his time. What a fucking story. What a fucking story, man. This is crazy. Yeah, I think Trump, man, I know you're not watching my stream. You should show up at UFC. If your ear ain't blown the fuck off, show up. Hell, it may be more impactful if it is. Leave the blood there. Don't worry about cleaning it up. Just show up, cocky as ever. I think that's the move. Walk out to Hit 'Em Up by Tupac if you can. Not required, though. Not required. Yeah, this was going to be a tough one to spin. I'm not saying that they won't spin it, but this one's going to be a tough one to spin. Wow. What in the fuck is going on in this country? But yeah, it's something crazy would have to happen between now and voting time for, I think, there to be a shift, another shift, right? Watching that video by Tucker Carlson was pretty crazy when he was talking about it. He was kind of laying it out, all the things they attempted to do and where they failed. And then he ended up at, hey, it's going to be an assassination attempt. He said that 6 months ago. Crazy. Wild shit, man. Let me get some of these super chats again, man. I appreciate it. This has been one of my big streams of the year. So I want to thank all of you. Showing love. I haven't said anything about we having an active campaign and all that shit. Not important. Not right now. All right. By the way, this is the first time I'm streaming. Thank you for all the guys. We had almost $55,000 in sales for Rippaverse Day. That was a crazy big sale that we had. So thanks to all of y'all that came through showing love and got in on some of those rare items. And thank you. Okay. Where am I at? Omega said most Trump thing ever show up the UFC. Fat Boy D's, I might be rereading some of these. DISSS lady protected Trump's. I read that. I for sure read that. I read that. I do hope Trump helps the fam of the bystander. I'm sure he will. Bastard Luigi said with 21 months. Porter Stanley, my man. What it 10 says, shot you a direct dono. Not sure if it says it went through. Okay, my bad on that because I'm not on StreamYard right now, so that's why it's not appearing. So let me go to that right now. And check it out. Shout out Porter Stanley, man. Much love to you, bro. Long time supporter of myself in the Rippaverse. Logging in right now to see these direct donations. Hell, I probably missed a whole lot of them, so my apologies. We got Porter Stanley with $100. And he says, talking to my brother, he said, apparently a witness in the crowd saw the guy who was going up on the roof. I think that's what we just watched. Notified Secret Service and the cops, and they did nothing till the guy lets the shots off. They immediately blew his head off. Wonder how true this is. Yeah, we just watched that. Again, hard to say how legitimate it is, but we did just watch that happen. Or watch the man on his own account say that. So it's interesting. Interesting stuff, to say the least. Jarvis Wright with a 10 says, I found out about it at work. A coworker came up talking about it with glee. These people are deranged. Well, I'm pretty sure some people wanted the ultimate end game, if you will. Shout out to Jarvis Wright for that $100, by the way, man. Much love to you. We got Shauna Steele with a 20. No message there. SS Lady isn't DEI. Trump just likes blondes, says Omega Supreme. Rabbit Space with a 10 says, how long before The View called Shooter a hero? I know I read that one. 1000 X with a 10 says, why? Wait a minute. These are all things I've already read. Let me make sure I'm not. Or did I just miss those? Appreciate that 1000X. 5 from my man Junior says, this is why you take all threats seriously, because you never know what could happen. Even with Secret Service, Trump could have been taken out. Well, yeah, I mean, it's not always the actual threat being levied at you that you have to take serious, which you should, like, you know, and how credible that it is, especially when you're dealing with like internet shit. Like, there's some deranged people out there, man. And, you know, oftentimes people don't understand kind of the what they are saying, right? And it's not just about them. So even if you think it's a joke or whatever, I'm just saying stuff tongue in cheek, someone else might not feel that way, and you're just amping them up. Rook takes Rook with a 5 says, this is the time divergence point. Can you imagine a fallout in the timeline where there's a 1-inch difference? Yeah, man. Like I said, Lord said it wasn't his time. Joe with a 5 says, since the days of John Wilkes Booth, Civil War, when Democrats don't get their way, they become dangerous. Matt with a 5 says, should Trump start recruiting Emperor Palpatine's speech from Revenge of the Sith? Joe Doyle with a 10 said, oh crap, if they willfully ignored the warning signs, this is bad. This suggests that higher powers are at play. WEF and anyone connected to Epstein must have told security to ignore it. Like I said, don't know how legitimate it is, but crazy if it is. Rogue with a 5 said, the truth that nothing, no matter how horrible, ever really happens without approval of the government over there and here. Shooter, 2007. We got Anzac with a 5 said 100% guaranteed will appear. Oh, talking about UFC. Think so? Dalton Somerville with a 10 says, been a minute since I could catch a live stream. Was there when it happened. I witnessed history 40 minutes from my house. Pray for this country, y'all, and the family of the innocent person who lost life. Hey, man, much love to you. Are you saying you were actually at the rally? Well, glad you're doing well, man. That's crazy. And yes, you don't like to hear stuff like that. People losing their lives at a political rally is that's unfortunate, man. You don't go to a political rally expecting something like that to happen. McGeth with a 5 says, imagine him taking the oath of office in a few months with half an ear missing. It's some action movie tier crap. Ben Trump says 2014 says Jay's gaping butthole. That's his name. Scorpio with a 5. No message. We got Michael with a 5 says Teddy Roosevelt was shot at a campaign rally. Finish his speech. That is pretty cocky. Crisis Core, with a 10 says, how badly do you think Brave New World would do now if it's actually an Orange Man bad film like some rumors say? Well, they have reshot it like 3 times. What's the fourth? Says maybe another round of reshoots, a delay, and a $500 million budget. Yeah, you just kind of beat me to it. Mike has bad knees with a 20 months. Says many men 50 Cent will be playing at UFC tonight. Brian Akatona with a 50. No message. Just drops 50. Walks right out of the building. I respect it. Thank you so much. Omega Supreme with a 2 says, if you come for the king, don't miss. Got Ted Goddamn Cruz with a 2 says, this deserves, Bibulus Award. All in song. Shout out, appreciate that. Perhaps Defendo 99 with a 5 says, just woke up from a nap. What I miss? Nothing. Nothing's going on. Nothing crazy happened today. We're just chatting about comics. Johnny Twilly with a 48 months says, can't see the chat right now, watching on Xbox. Thank you for the report. There are no related streams in the recommended videos. Hell, rippaverse, appreciate that. Yeah, I went live because I had a lot to say for sure, but it's also just a nutty story, bro. Insane story. Wow. Someone brought up this point. I saw Jeremy just posted. It says President Biden on July the 8th said, we're done talking about the debate. It's time to put Trump in a bullseye. Try to defend that rhetoric after what we all just witnessed. Well, this is the thing. Yeah, he probably doesn't mean, oh, perhaps he does, and maybe it was secret language. But you get what I'm saying. You could understand, well, that's not what he meant. The problem with that is largely the hypocrisy. It's more or less like, hey, they were good people or they were fine people. It doesn't take much for the media to run with a given narrative. So, yeah, if Biden had an assassination attempt after Trump had said that, oh, hey, it would have said he incited it. It wouldn't have been even close. But that's the type of weird, like, it's a narrative control thing. It's that, and it's not just being able to get people to believe things, right? Obviously, the news has that at their advantage. It's just that what people deem as legitimate news, unfortunately, has to go through these channels, right? And that's what people deem as the proper channels. So if it doesn't happen on those platforms, it's like it never happened at all. Or worse, if it is stated on those platforms and it is being perpetuated by these group of analysts or whatever fucking articles that they're writing, headlines, well, that's under their thumb. That's under their control. So effectively, they're able to conjure up really whatever narrative that they want, for that matter. And a lot of normies are going to eat that shit up no matter what. And that's what you're up against. And it's important to know that. Very important to know that. What you're dealing with. These guys play dirty, bro. Real dirty. Reverse Lee with a 17 months. Thank you. We got Lovecraft Arms with 36 months. Says, photo showing bullet past his head on X. Now, I just showed that. Shadow Chaser with a 5 says, if it succeeded, Trump would have become a martyr. It failed, so the troops and the normies rally. Thanks for keeping things real. Shout out to you, homie. Scarface, with a 5 says, Jess donated to Trump's campaign. He says, fuck Joe Biden. Ron Leon, what's up, dog? They said we fit the description. Word? What's up, bro? Man, I am streaming. I keep saying this, guys, because this is just an all-around, just wild-ass story, man. Wild-ass story. These motherfuckers tried to assassinate the president, or former president, that's probably now soon to be president. Unfucking believable. I see Sarah's actually live right now. Shout out. Like I said, if this is through the week, I'm for sure getting a call and they saying, hey, you got to come to the studio. All hands on deck. Come to the studio. We would have had a great old time at Blaze. But like I said, I don't think it was his time. Lord stepped in, and I think they just secured him 4 years. I think this is going to be, even with the cheating, sorry, YouTube. 2020 was a totally legitimate election. There was nothing nefarious going on, as all elections are, right? Totally legitimate and nothing nefarious going on. But fortified, by the way. So yeah, seriously though, no amount of shenanigans I think is gonna. I don't think that it's gonna be enough. I think it's gonna be that crazy. I think they just sealed it, bros. For sure. What a fucking wild story, bros. And funny thing is, I don't think that Biden's team is competent enough to understand that probably. I think they're cocky, too cocky, and they believe that they'll somehow be able to salvage this. I think they probably think nothing's wrong. But I think it's over with. What a fucking wild ass story, bro. Yeah, I'm starting to see a lot of videos on my timeline. I don't know how legit some of these are, but a lot of it's coming out saying, there's obviously some sort of failure because you look at it like, well, it should have never happened. It should have never gotten to that point. You think that this man is at a rally. All points are secured. Everybody's on deck. And some of these videos you see, and obviously there's a lot of people, a lot of former military guys I'm looking at right now that are chiming in on this, basically saying, how the fuck could this have happened? Reading this, DC Drano just posted this. He said, this is what he got from a trained sniper. This is what this trained sniper, again, I don't know who the fuck this is, says that whole thing was a fucking failure. The Secret Service got there slow. The SWAT team got there slow. And why the fuck did they keep him on stage? He should have been off there in 2 seconds, yet they stand him up for what? To give the shooter another shot? Says, look at the old Reagan assassination attempt. He was out of there in 0.2 seconds. Why didn't a drone pick him up? Why didn't another sniper pick him up? That's fucking bullshit. Says we cover the Boston Marathon fucking better than they cover our own fucking president. I'm so bullshit. Or I'm probably saying it's so bullshit because he's quoting it. Says if anyone says how great of a job the Secret Service or SWAT team did, I mean, to be fair, Trump said it. They are full of shit. They sucked. They should be ashamed of themselves and all fucking fired. Yeah, like I said, I'm not there. I don't know what the sight lines are. I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like I know. But it's intriguing looking at some of these takes here and watching people say basically this was a fucking failure. Top to bottom. Sounds like something out of a movie, huh? Yeah, man. Get on the plane, fly to Denver, make it happen. Conor McGregor chimes in and says 78-year-old multiple billionaire. He should be on a yacht on the mid-touring golf courses, but he's not. He's in Pennsylvania spitting out bullets, running for the love of his country. Godspeed, Donald. God bless the United States. Yeah, this is going to have a cultural kickback like no other. crazy. Oh yeah, one of my haters. Imagine doing this. So I'll share this. Usually I wouldn't do something like this. Sada posted. One of my haters posted. Thankfully, obviously his account's not big, but yeah, he apparently said. I was. He's showing me with a rifle, saying I was the one that was I was the shooter. I don't think anybody's gonna believe that, but it's crazy people out there, huh? We got Brimstone Gamer with a 2 says thoughts to the victims that died there. Yeah, crazy. That's unfortunate, man. It really is. DEI hire shooter. Oh, they're saying that's why he missed. Says Ray. Antonio Brown and Michael Malice's Twitter feed are gold right now. Oh, yeah. Antonio Brown's been wilding out lately. It says Big Bone with a 5. Michael Malice always wilding out. Double Brewski with a 2 says, I'm genuinely surprised it took this long. For them to, like, go after... I mean, yeah, you would think it would have happened earlier, considering how they talk about him like he is, like, fucking the devil. So, yeah, good point. Good point. Derek is the new Sam Hyde confirmed. That's what I was thinking of. It's like a Sam Hyde situation. You know they blame me for everything, right? So blames me for everything, so not at all surprising. Epic failure by the Secret Service, pun intended. White Tiger with a 249. That's coming from Anzac, by the way. White Tiger with a 249 said, check 50 Cent's tweet. It's funny. Let's go check it out. Get rich or die trying. But Trump's on 50 Cent's body. It's funny. Silly, man. Yeah, man, it's a wild spot, man. Comp Native with a 5 says, stand up and fist pump after being shot in the ear. Cognitive test passed. Someone said he posted one with the Mini Man song. He did. I'm looking at the video. I'm not gonna play it obviously because DMCA. Someone died at the rally and another was seriously injured. We aren't even addressing that. Well, we've talked about it here. I can't speak for everybody else, but that sucks. I've reiterated probably 9 times. You know, nobody goes to a political rally with anticipation that they might not come back. You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking wild. And that's unfortunate, man. Nobody wants to hear that, man. Like someone passing or getting severely injured over because of somebody's plex with the former president. That sucks. AI generated summary is wild. What does it say? Let me try to check it out. Let me try to check it out. I don't even know how to look at that on not mobile. Yes, I am wearing a Comics Division app. I'm always wearing some Comics Division stuff. They're blaming me. Not surprising. Y'all gotta remember, man, I'm to blame for everything. Every day I wake up, you know, do my little morning routine, and I check Twitter and I'm being accused of something. I can't even get a good night's rest. without being accused of doing something diabolical. So it's always something. I'm always to blame for something. It's always hilarious, man. Look at all these normies, bro. I'm looking at what's his name for the Raiders posting his picture right now with Trump. Yeah, man, it's like I said, it's gonna be safe now, and that's the real thing that you got to worry about. And I don't think anybody accounted for. Like, yeah, assassination, all that stuff, but that's the true power. The true power is the culture, the cultural kickback that they're gonna get. And now that you have normies that are like, okay, something is wrong, things are getting, there's a lot of bullshit going down. You know, you got people that are culturally relevant talking about this type of stuff, man. It's gonna be very, very, very true. Or very, very like real as far as like the how I guess how impactful that is, right? What a story, man. See, like this is a big like, okay, let's analyze this real quick. I don't know how I missed this. Elon Musk tweeted, "I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery." Like I said, you see, I'm not the one going crazy here, right? Because all I'm doing is scrolling on Twitter and I'm seeing like people that were like either on the fence, weren't taking public positions. Now they're like, fuck it. Like I said, Nick Merckx, we know what he said about trans stuff, but he never really came out and just said, like, hey, he's a Trump supporter. And then he posts my president, right? You see what I'm saying? Like, that's where the power's at. And that's why I think it's over with. It's over. Wild, bros. Apparently, Evan Elder, today said this after his victory on UFC tonight.
Hey, I heard they just tried to whack my boy Trump. I'm glad that man's okay. Long live Trump. Let's go, baby. Trump 2024.
Denver, let's hear it for Evan Elder.
Yeah, man, I think this shit's over with, bros. I'm gonna be honest with you. I think it's over. They just handed that man the presidency. Wow. Yeah, man. It's. I think I'm not alone here. I think people are starting to feel a shift early now. You know, you got a ways to go, but I think it's over with. I think it's over, bros. These motherfuckers tried to take his ass out. They tried to take out Trump. It's crazy. That's fucking wild. Yeah. See, everybody's messaging me. I got like several messages. Shout out to all of y'all. on DM about the guy that we just showed trying to saying like posting with confidence that I'm the one that did it. Wild people out there. Wild people. People are fucking crazy. Some weird people out there. All right, let me go back over here, man. What a stream it's been, man. Feels good to be back, though. Tattered Shield, right? Yes. With a 5 says, I know it's off topic, but will there be figures for your Ice characters? It's been a minute since I've kept up. Well, we have Yaira has a statue made by OG Todd McFarlane, or McFarlane Toys. And you can go pre-order that over at our website, rippaverse.com. That should be shipping either at the beginning of next year or first quarter of next year or the end of this year. We'll let you know and we keep you posted. But those will be shipping soon enough. And you can pre-order them right now. And yes, we are really jumping into that market. Beardo's back something with a 2 says you will get blamed for it on what's his name show tonight. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that'll happen. When I'm not getting blamed for something. So Ada B with a 5 says, sup Ripper in chat. Imagine going to assassinate someone and getting the bad ending. Yeah. Crazy. Real crazy. My DMs are blowing up right now. I do see it, guys. Yes, I know that there is some jackass that is posting things about me, saying that I'm the one that did something abhorrent tonight or today. I see it, and I'm pretty sure our lawyers are notified. We see it, guys. Don't worry about it. All right. When is Yara shipped? Yara's already shipped. Yara's been shipped. Only thing that's still going out, and we've already let all of our customers know, were the CGCs, but everything else that's not CGC has already got shipped. Yara's long been fulfilled. We moving on to Gooding, baby, which will be shipping at the end of this month. And again, I appreciate y'all's support. This is the first stream that I've done since the Rippaverse Day sale that we had on the 11th. So thanks to you all. That was awesome. 55 grand in a day like that is on a sale. Glad a lot of y'all that missed out on some items got to get in on those items. We got a 5 from Junior that said Ripper derangement syndrome meets Trump derangement syndrome. Yeah. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Wild people out there, man. Well read. Yeah, I see that. Well read. I appreciate you, homie. Yeah, I see that. I got your tag in that, letting me know that, yeah, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, there's some wild people out there just saying whatever the fuck. Is this true that this chick is the director of Secret Service? I don't think even women would think it's a good idea to have a female head of the Secret Service. I'm just saying. Like that's clearly like conflict there, right? And I don't give a fuck about all the like DEI and all that shit. Who cares? All that stuff is gay anyway. But yeah, that is wild. Not sure why you would do that. Okay. All right. So I think this would be a good time. I had to go live. I think this is a good time to kind of say, all right, let's calm down. I will be tweeting. So if you can follow me over at ericdjuly.com, or not ericdjuly.com, just at ericdjuly, excuse me. Yes, I do see all the people that are tagging me, say, hey, look at this, look what this guy, this crazy post this guy made. I do know that I guess I've become the Sam Hyde, being accused of doing abhorrent, irredeemable things. But I see it. I see it. Thank you. But no, appreciate y'all. I'm going to go. I smell chicken. Wife has baked some chicken. I'm about to go eat the hell out of that shit. And yeah, we'll see what happens. Crazy ass stream though today. Biggest stream that I've had this year. So shout out to y'all. Thank you guys. I'm going to get up out of here. Wild ass story. Appreciate all the love and support. You guys are amazing. But I'm going to get out of here. Till next time, y'all be easy, man. Peace out. I'm going to go eat some chicken, which is the blackest thing I could possibly do, right? Thank you, guys. Peace out.